Hey, what's up? Hey, everybody. Welcome to week 3. Número 3. Semana número 3 for Break Free Academy. And happy that you guys could be on here. And we're going to continue. Last week, just to recap, we talked about how edge rank worked and the whip effect. And I'll show you some, I'll take you back on that and give you a tutorial here in the beginning and go over some stuff there. I talked to many of you, all of you actually, in the last week or two over the holidays to get you all caught up and everything. So I understand, we shall mute that out. I understand that there is some serious need for what I'm about to go through and what I went through last week too. I'm glad that you guys learned a lot. I know there was some people in the tribe that went through and watched last week's video too and was like, man, I had no idea. So this was huge for them as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my Facebook account up and I shall commentate and narrate as you watch what I do today. So, but I just want to show you that it really was me. It's some live shit. It's not a recording or any of that other stuff. So without further ado, let's switch it over to what matters. By the way, if you don't have yourself muted out, please do so. And by the way, there is no telling what kind of messages might pop up here as well. Just fair warning, my friends are not the most politically correct individuals on the planet. I can edit that out. However, I can't edit it live, right? So last week we talked about the good old-fashioned whip effect, where you say something that challenges somebody, their way of thinking, that gets them engaged. And I gave you some places to get it, such as Dig and some other spots like that. But I showed you the psychology behind Facebook, why we're doing what we're doing. And today I'm just going to give you a quick example before we move into the next phase of what we're doing, which was take it another level, always. But I just want to show you an example of some whip effect type stuff, right? You see I've got a video here. A few people are watching. A few people are commenting on. I happen to be a funny guy, right? I'm going to show you, never mind the other people's posts. We'll get into that in a minute. Here's something that I know that's a motivating thing for people to talk about. You can see we have 166 comments here. Probably people fighting, arguing, everything else. Obviously, it is extremely cold in Dallas, Texas right now. That's something else to talk about. And if you'll notice, somebody else posted on my wall. Somebody else posted on my wall. That is a subtle post about how successful my business is, or I wouldn't be in a specific, I wouldn't live in a place that presented these metrics, right? Again, lots of build up there. And then a business post, right? Obviously, I have something to do with the real estate market. This is a huge news. This is a subliminal business post. Like, hey, this is a great bit of information, but it's also, like I said, one of those subtle sales pitches that we talked about. This also just happened to have a really good amount of edge rank. If you look at Hardcore Closer, this thing has 58 shares. So I just happened to look up when I was on a sales call and took a picture. So sometimes you never know what's going to be internet gold, right? It's just, it is what it is. It's like, how'd I get this virus? Nobody knows, but guess what? You got it. But anyway, 81 people, 58 shares. That's not a promoted post at all. And I think it should show us somewhere. Doesn't say how many people saw it, but I would assume that it was a whole lot. Lots of comments there. So back to, same here. People are talking about, my building really did shake. People are talking about earthquakes here. And that's a big deal right now. Matter of fact, let me just do this because I'm going to turn chat off. How the fuck do you turn it off? These Google Hangouts. Come on, chat, turn off for everybody. Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay, so back to the story. So you can see I'm building up my edge rank. I'm talking about things that people want to talk about, things that are happening, and then I go back, make sure I like everybody's comment, or try to. Sometimes I miss some because it's pretty busy. But again, here's a subliminal sales pitch. It doesn't say, come buy my shit. I can do this for you. It just speaks for itself. It says, well, hot damn, look, we have an 82.5% conversion rate. I don't care what business you're in. That's pretty damn good. Oh, and then in the comments, if you look, then one of my ad has like a 20, it's for another client, not me either, has like 23% click-through rate. And then obviously one of my buddies here, which is the principle I'm going to explain today, shared some information in regards to push notifications on the app. So that's the whip effect. Subtle little sales pitches, we'll just go with that, right? Subtle sales pitches that we're sneaking in here without having to be obnoxious, without having to be like the used car salesman type or anything else. But we're presenting ourselves as an authority. We're presenting ourselves as someone who can talk to people, someone who can be the good networker, right? The guy who can lead the conversation when standing in a circle. A guy who's not an interrupter, but a guy who gets along with people and people want to hear stories and stuff like that. Or a gal, right? Whatever. But you see what we're into here. The next key, okay, the whip effect. Couple posts about whatever, and then a post about your business followed soon by. So every 3-4 posts, one of those posts needs to be about your business, right? Well, here, today we're going to learn about something called the Syndicate. Now let me show you something from way, way back in the day. 2 members of this group, because I have kicked everybody else out of here. I godfathered this shit, you guys. I don't always show everybody this, but we're going to go through some extensive training, and I'm going to show you how it still works today, just like it did when I started this. So let's go over here and see. Joined over a year ago, but how old is this group? How can we find the oldest post, right? We just go down to the... I know what the oldest post would be. This was posted, this group started November 29th, 2012. It's a little over 2 years ago. So I've been doing this for a while. This is the first Syndicate group that I ever created. So if you want to look back here, let me take a step back here. This group, Social Skulls, doesn't matter what the name of it was or anything else, but under the Files tab here, just like how I run Break Free Academy and the Tribe and all the other groups that I do, under the Files tab there's these bylaws. And the rule number 1 was, when you join my group back here, I shall show you. When you join the group back here, we just saw it, there it is, November 29th. The first thing you did was you watched this video. We'll just take a quick look at it real quick. Wait for it. Co-founders of Social Skulls. So basically, this video is going to walk them through. I'm not going to bore you guys with like watching the video, but this video is going to walk them through what to do in the group. So it says, look, social skills mandatory. Social Skulls mandatory. This video contains first steps you need to take in order for you to get the group to work for you and you to work for it. Welcome. That's all it was, right? Very simple. And in this, it tells them that they have to watch the videos, the very first thing that they do, and it tells them that they had to go over to this Files tab. As you can see, that wasn't a video of me. It was just a video of me showing them what to do, right? It wasn't like, hi, I'm Ryan, the founder. It was like, hey, here's what the fucking rules are, Fight Club style. So in this Social Skulls bylaws, which I will take right now, and I will copy them, and I shall put them in a file in your group. Give me 1 second. While we're here, might as well do that, right? Like, save this off. I'm trying to remember to do this shit after the fact. And I'm going to create a doc here. And how about them apples? So now that y'all can read them alongside of me, and I'm not just like reading them out loud or whatever, I just want to go basically touch it. So right here it's telling you, it's like Fight Club style. Like I said, this is really old school. It's just a few of us that started doing this, and this is where this shit was born, right? So I'm giving you the history of all this as we go through this today too. So the first rule of Social Skulls is don't talk about it. In order for us to get the benefit from this secret organization, it must remain a secret. See, in the internet marketing world, we like to use words like samurai, ninja, all that shit. So like secret, top, notice my headquarters, hardcore closers, secret headquarters, all this other stuff, right? So right here it says the second rule is that 100% participation is mandatory, or you will be banned from the group if you don't like, share, and comment as you're instructed. Or if you give us any flack over this, we will email your blast to 1 million emails saying you suck at what you do, and this is our honest leverage to keep it functioning. Third rule of skulls is that no one can abuse the group. You don't need to use it but once every 7 to 10 days. The fourth is there's no posting stupid shit for us to share. Fifth is that you agree to watch the video and follow the instructions. The sixth is that you are in control of your own post. If you want to write your own questions and comments and map out a whole process, we will help you carry that out. The seventh rule is that you agree not to steal our idea or manufacture our group in any other setting. And eighth is that you must sign your name in the comment section below and type I'm all in 100% next to it. This is your binding blood brother commitment to the group. Okay, so damn it. So I was trying to X these out. So I had people, as they came in, they would sign this. I'm sure you see a lot of familiar names back here, but there was not a whole lot of us, if you think about it. Not a whole lot of us at all. Matter of fact, most of these people violated the laws, and the ones that you see in black are blocked, right? Sean, this is not Sean. This is old one. He is not blocked, obviously. But you can see a lot of people really violated this shit by sharing it and coming up with it before we started giving people permission. Like you paying clients that are watching this now. So anyway, what we're doing here, I shall show you. In the instructional video, let me pull back over here, it shows you that basically what you're back here doing is if you're trying to get somebody to promote your post, okay, and you need some help growing right here, then this is how you do it. Hey, I have a page. I need people to like my page and leave some comments on there. It's, hey, I have this apprentice program. Can you help me like this post? Right here. Here's Bill Lyons. I need some engagement on here. So let's look at this real quick. Just a quick picture for his company, Revester. And you can see those people, Diana, Anthony, the two that were in the group, are the last ones to like it on here. You can see it got 3 shares, 69 likes, and all this other stuff. This helped him get momentum for an advertisement on his fan page. Doesn't say how many fans he has. But this helped him get some engagement on his fan page, and this was in 2013, June 28, 2013, right? So back over here, this is what the video told you, is to go here and take the timestamp from your post, the one that you made on your wall or wherever you want us to engage with, copy that, paste it here, and then just like it. No need for comment. He's just saying, hey, like my post. You don't have to comment, right? It's doing everybody a favor. Cool. Here's me. I want to help a lot of folks. Please share this. Let's see what this says. I have no clue. Rock stars. Here you go. This is some stuff from July 1st, 13. There were 6 shares, 6 different people shared it with me, or shared it for me. And you can see that back here, I copied the link, did the same thing. You get that from hitting the date. That's where you get this link. So if I hit the date on that, that's where you get this link right here. Okay? Oops. So let's go to one where they actually manufactured. So here's one with Tony. Some of you guys know him. And Tony was one of my very first tribe members, right? Back before we even called it the tribe. And here's him. He's like, here's mine. Please like, share, and comment. And then what he posted himself here in the comments on this is for somebody to say, wow, beautiful home, when was it built? Someone else to say, how big is the home? And someone else to ask, that looks like a corner lot. Where is it? So he's manufacturing engagement here. And so my job is supposed to be to make this comment on this post and then hit the like button signifying that I've made the comment, right? That's what the video was all about. And so we had a really cool, easy to do system in here. Boom, same thing. I need some activation. Check out that tank top right there. Stone Cold chilling in the backyard. But you can see here again, a couple people shared. Diana was really active back there, so on and so forth. I'm just going to like this because it's funny. And see if it shows back up in the newsfeed. All right. So this was our group, Social Skulls. So this is the first concept I ever had of being a syndicate. So what a syndicate is a group of like-minded people who conspire to take action for a common purpose. And so what that common purpose was here, obviously in this particular post, it's for people to watch my video. Let's just, I wonder how many people watch videos. There was no count still. Okay, no count. So my goal was for people to watch that video and then possibly make a decision. But I know that after last week I explained to you guys how EdgeRank works. I know that for more people to see it and for me to have a higher EdgeRank count, I need to get people to engage on it. So I created this group back here of real people, and I put some expectations in place that allowed them, see, if this was some post about some bullshit, it wouldn't be right for people to comment and share it and stuff like that. They'd be like, why would anybody share that? That's so stupid. Meanwhile, if it's a post like this right here, we're asking the right questions, right? We're getting engagement. Other people were probably wondering those same questions, and here we are. We're going ahead and asking them for them so that they can see and their questions are answered as they scroll through the comments. But those look like legitimate questions. Those aren't like stupid, I mean, they're not off-the-wall things that don't fit in. Like, you can go to Fiverr and you probably get a bunch of people to comment and shit like that for $5. But these are real things from real people, so that when outsiders see it, they're like, oh, people from Taiwan are talking about this house? What the fuck? Right? No, it's us. It's normal people. This started out as a local thing, too. This was how Sean Mathis, Diana Hightower, Colleen Frost, who does $50 million a year, and a few others, all did this together to be able to build our. Brian McCauley was one of them. We did it to build our businesses. So I think I've spent enough time back here explaining how this works. So this is what I did in the beginning. So let me do this real quick. Wait for it. So that's what I did in the beginning, you guys. The thing that I did was I organized, right? When I wasn't able, these people are busy. They're closing loans. They're doing insurance or whatever else. But I was able to organize, and the rule was you go back there to the group once a day and you check it out. That's it. And you spent, most of us didn't post back there once every 2 or 3 weeks, so it's not like it was getting abused or whatever. You just check it out and make sure you didn't miss nothing. So it wasn't like this big burden or anything like that. But what happened was, that was how I got started. I had to manufacture that momentum. Well, once other people started seeing that our clique was the one that kept people talking, Diana, me, Brian, Colleen, Sean, and a few others, they wanted to be a part of that too. And so they started sharing our stuff, because sharing our stuff was the cool thing to do, right? If Brian shared it, Sean shared it, and I shared it, it must be cool, so they want to share it too. You see, that's just like human nature, just like, you know, in multi-level marketing or church or something like that. When one person stands up, a couple others will usually stand up behind them and go make the commitment, or whatever the case may be. People want to fit in. It's the same with us. People thought, well, man, you know what? They're their own little clique doing their own thing. I want to be a part of that. So the way that it seems like, to the outside perspective, is that they could just simply, you know, share the stuff or comment and start, you know, that with us. And now look, 2 years later, there's a huge difference in the way that I do business, because I don't have to manufacture that stuff anymore. In the beginning, I had to build the momentum behind it, but now it just naturally happens, which is what I'm going to show you next. But this is when I say, when you guys come to the program and when you guys sign up and you see my funny videos about what, you know, what it does behind, what we do behind the scenes and the stuff that goes on, this is the work I talk about, right? Creating the whip effect from last week and the syndicate this week. This is the work I'm talking about. Now, this isn't the work that you have to do forever. Eventually, it just fucking happens. Eventually, it falls into place. It's just normal, and it happens. But in the beginning, this is, guys, Chris, Abe, Taylor, this is the work. This is the work you have to do. Now, I want you to also understand that this Social Skulls group back here at one time had like 8 people max in it. We were Facebook's Illuminati, right? But there was really fucking 8 of us. There wasn't a whole lot of us. I opened another group after that was public, and I thought, man, I'll put thousands of people in it. And I called it Hardcore Closer Open Salesforce. Shit's been around 2 years. It's got 400 or 500 people in it. Takes a while to build this shit up. Now I opened one that Sales Talk with Sales Pros that was unbranded to me, didn't have anything to do with Ryan Stewman, and we have like 1,100 people in there in just a couple of weeks. Now let me tell you the difference in what I learned in this lesson before we move on. Just like the neighborhood ads or the ads about certain parts of town or whatever, and those are the ones that get leads instead of the ones about agents or loan officers or mortgages or programs. It's the same thing with these groups. When I made the group, not Tony Brula's mastermind or Ryan Stewman's mastermind, the Hardcore Closer open sales group, don't have shit in it. 400 people are the same dud 400 people that have been back there for two years and nobody talks back there. Meanwhile, a group called Sales Talk with Sales Pros gets 50, 60 comments on every post that's back there. People are sharing shit. I can't even keep fucking up with it. Meanwhile, I'm still the administrator behind it. I'm still the authority in that group. People feel cool when I chime in on their posts. They're like, oh, wow, Ryan took the time to chime in on this one because there's so many people back there. And it allows me to prospect from a pool of people and also get those people, if I share my post that's on my public wall in that group and I'm like, what do you guys think about it? Chances are they're going to share it, which is going to help my ed drink on the outside as well. I posted an article this morning. Matter of fact, fuck it, I'll just show you guys real quick. I'll get to talking, and this thing will last 2 hours if we're not careful. I'm not scared to last 2 hours. I'm just saying you guys don't have shit to do. Let me go over here to the mastermind. Welcome to behind the scenes of the Hardcore Closer Mastermind. So I posted this morning over in the mastermind. It's basically talking about all the different social networks and how the younger generations feel about it. We do a lot of Facebook stuff. Our clientele is not the younger generation right this minute. Our clientele are people from 35 to 55 because they're the ones that buy the bigger houses, have the good credit, established jobs, so on, so forth. But that being said, listen to what this guy's telling. This is a millennial. This isn't some guy my age making a theory. This is some dude that's saying, hey, here's where me and my friends are hanging out. And he's like, we got Facebook in middle school because it's cool, but it's an awkward dinner party nowadays. You can't really leave. It's weird if you don't have one, so you have to have one. And oftentimes that's where people start the search for you is on Facebook because everyone has Facebook. And it's annoying because you have to answer that because people you meet want to find you on Facebook. At the same time, for his generation, it's just used mainly for what? Facebook is often used by us mainly for its group functionality. I've been saying this for weeks now to the tribe, like 6 or 7 of them, that Facebook is not done in the news feed anymore. Facebook business is done in groups, and that's what we're going to talk about today, and that's why I showed you that group. But I just happened to read this morning, and I thought it was very applicable. I shared it with the tribe. I shall share it with you guys as well. There we go. So that you guys can read this as well at your leisure. Obviously not right this second. But it's actually a really good article. Come on, there you go. It's actually a really good article. And, I mean, you can share it. It might be something that you take a poll on or ask or something like that. But anyway, basically, Facebook's used for its group functionality, and classmates go there to check the groups they are part of and then quickly log off. In this part, Facebook shines because groups do not have complicated algorithm, i.e. edge rank, which the newsfeed does. It's very easy to see the information that you posted in the group without having to sift through tons of posts and advertising you really don't care about. Managing messaging on Facebook. Where do we say we do a lot of our sales? On Facebook Messenger. Is also extremely popular amongst the young age group, mainly because they provide the means to talk to people who you weren't really comfortable with asking for their number, so on and so forth. And it goes on to say this. Instagram is by far the most used social media outlet for their age group. So real estate. Nobody cares about mortgages on Instagram. However, if you look at good old Frederick Eklund's Instagram account, he's always taking pictures of really cool houses that he has for sale. Now you might say, well, oh, Frederick, you might say, yeah, but old Frederick sells, $11 million and all this stuff in property, each one of them and everything. But I want to show you what he does. Not necessarily. See, it's pictures of him and somebody. It's him in the middle of the street, his dog, the view. He edits each one of these pictures, right? And then throws in, it's his life, whoever this is, his dog, and then he throws in a picture of his listing. Not 15 pictures of all of his listings here, but here's the best picture of all the ones that his photographer took, and he puts it up on Instagram. And then he talks about the house. Meanwhile, he does the same thing we do on Facebook. This is a whip effect going down on Instagram. So I just want you to see how that's possible. And as you'll see here, lifestyle, 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 real estate posts. This one actually says something about real estate. Lifestyle, 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 plug for his business. And it's loading more, but not very quickly. But you get what I'm saying here. So the same principles apply on Instagram, which is for the younger generation, so you might as well start building your shit up there. Now, back to the syndicate. If we know that groups are where business is done, and groups are where the eyes are, so most likely groups are where business is done, and engagement is what we need in order to get the word out on our business, think about this. I'm in a few groups with Matthew Trainer. I never met him in person, but he likes me, but he shares stuff and tags me in it. This is the syndicate at its finest. Now, maybe you might think, well, yeah, but Matt, why would he tag you in something? Isn't he, basically using your name to be able to gain for personal? No, he has 3,000 followers. I have 826. Matt's a pretty popular guy. So it's good. He's exposed me, even if he only has 3,000 friends altogether. Son of a bitch! Mm-hmm. Even if he only has 3,000 friends altogether, we damn sure don't have 3,000 mutual friends. So it puts my name in front of other people, and they go, well, who's this Ryan Stewman that's like, fuck the news? And they look me up. I haven't read these. Let's keep going. Video, I keep telling you guys, look at that, 721 views, and this thing's been up an hour. Keep telling you, video is where it's at. But that's not what we're looking at. Again, here's Dexter, somebody else who is a quote-unquote syndicate member with me. It's someone who is also in the syndicate with me, right? Like, and I don't mean in that group anymore. I mean someone else who's a friend that I share their shit, they share my shit, they tag me and post, so on and so forth. Let's keep going. And I turn down 10 times more than I allow on my timeline. Here's another one. Jonathan, one of my warrior brothers, he also sells some stuff for me. He tags me in a post here with Garrett and them. Dexter, again, on tagging me in something. And you can see that as we go through here, this just naturally happens. Let's keep scrolling for a second to see what else. I turn down a lot of them because if we're not really friends, or if I don't think you're going to give some sort of benefit, if I feel like you're just trying to use my name for your benefit, I don't do it. But here's TJ. Obviously, we know him. 1,920 views on my video, and TJ shared it for me. So I didn't ask TJ to share this. Matter of fact, he hit me up and asked could he share it. But see, that same syndicate principle, which TJ was an original member of that too, but in that same principle that we have back there, now it's just happening naturally. So what I'm saying is, the beginning, the work is you have to create the group, you have to set the standards, you have to go over the rules. It's really easy, just make a video of how you want it done back there, and I've showed you all that. You just go back and reference this video later. But at the same time, once you've done the work, the shit starts happening on autopilot. I didn't hit TJ up and say, share this video, I'm trying to get to 2,000 views. It's just happening. TJ said, hey, it's a good video. I know you like when people share your shit. I'm going to share it for you. Let's see here. One more, and then I'm going to move on. One more example. Here's another one. Somebody else. I don't know this guy, but he said it wasn't a sales pitch. I read it, and it sounded like some shit for his little girl or something, so I let it slide. But again, this cat. Post something on my wall. If you look here, we have 16 mutual friends. And so let's figure this guy's friends with 100 people. So that puts me in front of 74, right? Yes, 74 new people. 84 new people. Sorry. 84 new people that I wasn't in front of before, potentially at one point or another, especially if people start chiming in on it. See? 25 mutual friends, confirm. I don't know this person. So that just turn them into followers. When I delete them, they become followers instead of friends. So now that I have said that, how do you create a syndicate? What's the principle behind a syndicate? And how do you use the Facebook group with it? So let's talk for a second here. So how you use the syndicate is like this. Tanya, you're a real estate agent. You have people like Chad Pryor asking for your business, probably Abe asking for your business, probably Taylor, since he's here in Texas, asking for your business. And God knows who else that I don't know of that exists that's asking for your business as well, right? So if you have a listing in Katy, it's $300,000. It's a really nice listing. It's been on the market a little too long. It's not necessarily under or overpriced or anything. It's just not moving like you want it to because maybe you're not getting the exposure that you thought you could get for it. I'm just giving you as an example. Then you would reach out to Abe and you'd say, hey, Abe, I know you do loans in Texas, and I know you've been asking for my business forever, and I also know that you have 500 friends on Facebook. Would you mind sharing this property on your timeline? And by sharing, I don't mean copying and pasting my pictures or anything like that. Just simply hit the share button and help me spread the word, because you probably are connected to other real estate agents and other loan officers in the area who might happen to know somebody looking for a house in this neighborhood. It's a beautiful house, by the way, if you yourself are looking or if you know anybody. I appreciate the effort. Real simple. Well, Abe's trying to get your business, Tanya. So he's like, well, fuck yeah, I'm going to share it. I'm going to fuck get my grandma to share that shit too. And if my wife don't share it, I'm going to smack her around the night like I turn her when I get home, right? Like he's serious about it. Same thing with Taylor. Taylor's like, you know, well, Tanya's closing, you know, $150 million a month in real estate. I want to get on some of that insurance money. So you hit Taylor up. You're like, hey, man, I know you keep trying to get all these insurance policies from me, and I totally keep telling you to fuck off. But look, I got this property in Katy that's in this really nice neighborhood. And if you'll share it on your wall, and I don't mean copy and paste in my pictures or anything like that, just simply hit the share button and see if anybody's interested. Make it a public post. Because, you know, you have friends in the insurance business, loan officers, other real estate agents in the state of Texas that might just happen to want to fall in love with this home and buy it. And if you yourself happen to like it or know somebody, it would also be awesome if you'd spread the word along. Would you be willing to share it for me? Well, hell yeah, he's going to want to share it for you, right? Because all of a sudden he's got dreams of getting the insurance policies from your clients. Anyway, so of course he's going to share it. Same thing with the title company that's always coming by and bringing Twinkies and cupcakes and all this other shit that makes you fat in the fucking office, right? Like they don't ever bring you like health food and kettlebells, right? They're always like, anybody wants, like my title company's like, anybody want cake balls? Man, fuck you know, I just smoked a joint in the parking lot. Of course I want some. I'm trying to stay in shape over here. So those people coming in there, you're like, hey, cupcake, come here. I got this house over in Katy. It's really nice, and it's not like underpriced or overpriced, but it's been on the market a little too long. I don't think enough people are seeing it. So what I'd like for your help with is you're always asking for my title business, and I think you got the conversation to be had by now. So all these people that are asking you for your business, you start putting them to work as your syndicate. In the meanwhile, if they happen to say something to you like, hey, Tanya, I've got this awesome no roof needed home policy, so like you can live in a roofless house without a roof on it at all, and even if all your shit gets flooded, we still just like stroke you a brand new check for a new house, but you can leave the roof off, so we'll just keep buying you new shit. It's actually a really cool thing. If you won't mind putting it on your wall, and you might go, yeah, of course, Taylor, that's cool, right? My people don't like roofs down here, especially during hurricane season. Roofs are overrated. So think about that for a second. You can actually help each other out and make something of it, right? And not just have to be like, hello, my friends, buy my shit. It doesn't have to be like that. It can actually be something meaningful. Now, Abe, you may think, okay, well, or DJ, you might think, oh, well, I'm a loan officer and I don't have listings. So here's the key to that. What you do, it didn't freeze, I promise. Switching some shit up. Relax. So what you do is you come over here to somebody. Let's say we'll just use Tanya as an example. Choose Tanya as an example. So say she has, let me do this even better. Not necessarily in the way you think, but Adam is more active on a daily basis with this shit. Yep. So Adam has all of his sold his high roll thing. So if I'm you, DJ, and I'm trying to get Adam's business, right, which is obviously the type of agent that you want to work with, because he sells a lot of houses. So what I would do is I just simply hit the share button here. Right? So I'm going to share this. See, I have ulterior motives again. It's a sales pitch. Learn how he does it. Learn how he does it on tomorrow's webinar, 1 p.m. So bam, I'm going to share this. This is perfect, actually, just because, and that's why I said it was better, because I knew this picture was here, and Adam and I obviously have this thing coming up tomorrow. So now I've gone over, and as a loan officer, which used to be my job, so this is exactly what I would do, you guys, is I've shared Adam's shit on my wall, right? So now here it is on my wall, just so that you guys can see. And people are probably going to comment and see stuff like that on there. But suppose this old man was a fucking house, right? I don't know this guy. It could be Adam's dad, so no disrespect, Adam, if you're watching this later, but I don't know who the hell it is. So suppose this old man is Adam is a house, and this whole picture right here is not Adam and this old dude that looks like Santa Claus with the shaved beard, but it's rather a house with a sold sign in front of it, okay? Because Adam has those as well in his pictures that he puts up. But say it's not a sold house, it's a for sale. So there's another word in front of this right here. The reason why I say that is I just shared that. What I would say up here is like, look at this house. I can't believe somebody would want to move out of a house this gorgeous. Must be nice to be upsized. And anybody, any takers? Something like that. Some subliminal. I was looking through at dream houses today, and this came up. And it'd be a $300,000 house, right? Or something of that nature. I mean, there's some ways to show. So what I would do next is I'm going to follow up with Adam just like this. Let's say, obviously I already know Adam. Some of my language is going to be a little bit different to him because you might already know these people too. But basically, you can read it. Hey, man, shared your post with the pic to kind of add some stay tuned action to our gig tomorrow. That I meant paired, but that paired with the 180 comments I got on the previous post, we should get some attention, right? And so turn that back off because we don't need there. But what I'm doing is I'm following up with Adam and saying, hey, man, I shared your post. Here was my intentions behind it. So if you're a loan officer and you share a real estate agent's post, it's like, hey, I'm connected to a lot of agents and people in the Valley, and I just shared your house because it looked like a beautiful home, and I noticed it had been on the market for just a few days, so I was going to try to help you impress the sellers, and maybe you'll get a buyer from it, just giving you the heads up. Then 2 or 3 days later, get this bullshit real quick. Wait for it. Then 2 or 3 days later, you follow up with them again via private message, and you say something to the tune of, hey, I just wanted to follow up and see if you got anybody hit you up, any of my friends or anybody hit you up regarding that house from the Facebook post the other day. If they say no, okay, I tried. Maybe next time, Tiger, right? If they say yes, go awesome. You know, I do stuff like this for my referral partners on a regular basis, and it's not so much that I just shared your post, but it's the thought process and the strategy behind me sharing your post that got those leads coming in. If you'd be interested in hopping on a phone, a hangout, a text message, or however you prefer to communicate, I'd be more than happy to share with you about why working with me and doing this type of marketing can help your business grow in 2015. So you've already shown them results in advance, Abe, DJ. You've already shown this person, like, if they said, yeah, somebody reached out to it, they hadn't set an appointment yet, it's fucking something. That's more than that. Even that little bit is more than what the last loan officer got them on that property or any fucking property before that. What you're doing is you're reaching out there and being proactive and showing them, here's what I've done for you, here's the results I get. And you say, you might sit there and say, Chris, you may say, well, I don't have a whole lot of Facebook friends, and I don't know, I'm not looking. I'm obviously looking at you guys. But and that may be the case for you. Share that shit in a group. You can share, look, go back over here and show you guys again, like the format. We're going back and forth, just keep you guys focused here. So you can go back over here, and I can hit share, and in this part right here, I can hit on a friend's timeline, in a group, on a page I manage, in a private message. So if I want to share in a group, bam, it asks me for the group name. Meaning we'll be quitting heroin. Just joking, right? Who wants to quit that shit? It's awesome. Anyway, I have a terrible sense of humor. So you see what I did there? I just shared this in a group. So if I didn't have friends, like I only have 100 friends or something like that, then I just share this in a group like I just did where there's 1,000 people in there. So I'm still promoting their stuff. I'm still helping them, and that gives me a reason because I've got some sort of results in advance. That gives me a reason to be able to go back to that real estate agent and ask them the questions, hey, did anybody hit you up from that the other day? Then you're not going, hey, man, can I do the loan on that house? Hey, don't forget about me. I'm over here. I like loans. That's me. No. You're like, hey, did I help you at all? Did the effort that I put in, did you yield any results from it? If not, fuck, I'll work harder. Oh, it did? Awesome. You know, I do stuff like this for people like you. So this is the work that I keep talking about. Now you have 2 weeks worth of shit. You have 2 weeks, right? You have last week where you learned the whip effect. This week now you've learned how to put a syndicate to work. If you want to do some really gangster shit, then you're a loan officer, Abe, you organize Taylor, and every time you go reach out to a Tanya and you go and you share her shit, then you make sure Taylor and your title company share it as well. So then all of a sudden she's got 3 shares, 3 different sets of friends that have now seen this property instead of just 1. See, the creativity doesn't just have to stop with what I see either. And I want you guys to understand that. But what we're doing here is we're shaking hands, right? So you make a post, even if it's in a group, even if you're sharing somebody else's shit in a group, you're sharing it on somebody else's page, boom, that's a check off of your daily 4 that you have to do. Somebody sends you a chat message, and you're talking to them like the ones that you seen me when we turned this thing on originally, so I had to turn the chat off. Boom! That's check off number 2. You make a video, or you get on a sales call. Boom! That's check number 3. You make a Facebook post. That's check number 4. 4 things. Real simple shit that you can do in a matter of minutes. See, it takes us all this time to go through it on here because I'm putting psychology behind it. Once you get in the mode of just doing, this should just be natural to you. If you think about that, we're not putting a whole lot of time or effort in this, but the rule of law, I don't know what the fuck to call it, right? Basically, the more handshake, the more money you make. If you're having chats with people, if you're putting posts in front of people, if you're sharing people's stuff, if you're conversating, if you're following up with people, you can't help but run into business. If I went and stood out in front of Walmart right now, right? Let's say there's 10,000 people that go in this fucking Walmart off Loop 12 over here every single day. If I stood out front and passed out every fucking body that walked in there a card, somebody's going to take me up on something. That's 10,000 fucking cards I distributed. That's why when you go to the mall, people take the fucking windshield thing, put the piece of paper under it, the fucking windshield thing back, right? They have, you get out and you're like, what the fuck, rave tonight? Because they know if they just get in front of enough people, that's advertising 101. If you just get in front of enough people, somebody's going to take you up on your offer. And so that's why I designed this close more for and sell more for so that you can get in front of enough people on a regular basis for somebody to take you up. You have to make an offer. It has to be subliminal. It can't always be like, hello, buy my shit. Sometimes it can, but you've had to earn a lot of goodwill in order to do that. So last week you guys were supposed to be working on whip effect. 1 business, subtle business post for every 3 posts that are gaining shit. The way that you gain the whip effect is through edge rate. You had to start liking, chat messaging, and everything else with other people in order for them to see your stuff. They're not going to see your stuff if you don't see their stuff, so you got to go see their stuff and let them know you see their stuff. See, assess. Okay? This week, the challenge is to build your own group, start adding your referral partners, people you know to it, explain to them how it's going down, make a video like I did if you want. But start reaching out to people. Start sharing the agent's post. Now, here, let me just back up. If you're a loan officer and you share Tanya's today, and then you share Chris's, I know you're not a realtor, Chris, but you share Chris's listing tomorrow, you're going to fuck off your audience. Okay, I want you to think about that. Your audience would be like, well, this dude's not even a real estate agent, but he's a fucking whore for all these realtors who's always whoring out their properties. Okay, you have to be mindful of that. Maybe once a week you share somebody's property, but maybe they have a really funny post of something that happened or something they say, and you might just share their post, giving them exposure. That way people are still seeing who they are, and you follow up with them. Hey man, did you get any new friend requests when I shared your post the other day? I know we have a lot of similar humor, so I figure my people might like you. They may want to buy a house one day. You never fucking know. So, just things to think about. You guys have been awesome. I'll post the link to the replay up in the group for Lindsay. And if you guys have questions, just hit me up on chat when I turn it back on, whatever the case may be. And let's go kick some ass this new year. So next week we'll take it a little bit further, but I hope you guys are tracking with me now. We're building this. If you fall behind, you're going to fall behind. So if you don't do the work this week, then next week you're going to be really fucking behind. If you didn't do the work last week and you don't do the work this week and then you don't get the results next week, guess whose fault that is? So, valid point. Later, y'all.